There's a proverb that goes that when you lie with dogs, you shall catch fleas. Well, that introduces us to today's terminology, which happens to be narcissistic fleas. What are they? How do you get them? How do you ward yourself off them? You're most welcome. I'm Manuela. My channel is dedicated towards creating narcissistic abuse awareness from a biblical standpoint, and I'll be discussing general life issues. Narcissistic fleas are maladaptive behaviors one learns over time, either from a narcissistic parent or a narcissistic partner. It's human nature for us to integrate and interact, and in the process, we pick on habits from other people. And to enhance all this, you find that we've got mirror neurons. These mirror neurons play a huge role in us imitating and mimicking, especially for the children. During their early years, they literally live off imitating and mimicking their parents and narcissistic parents. Allocate roles to these children, and children picking on these narcissistic fleas. So, like for the golden child, they have a grandiose sense of self-importance. They are the arrogant ones. They are entitled. While the scapegoated child will take on the role of less than, they are rejected, they are neglected, so they feel beat up by the world. And in so doing, they sometimes lash out to protect themselves. It's a defensive mechanism they may pick on, because everyone is against them. So if I don't stand up for myself, who will stand for me? For those with narcissistic partners, you'll find that narcissists naturally want to control. Control is their language. So if you come in as a partner, they want to take charge of you. And part of the package is you being what they want you to be. So in other words, you will start picking on their habits. They want you enmeshed to them. Even if you're to fight it off, at least to a certain degree, you'll pick them on, because a period comes when you just want peace. Just for peace's sake, let me do whatever they want. The book of Proverbs tells us that make no friendship with an angry man, lest you learn his ways and get entangled. Well, if you're with a narcissist, be certain you are going to experience that. Narcissists, like I said, they have these maladaptive behaviors, and some of these include a grandiose sense of self-importance, low agreeableness. They are envious, they are exploitative, manipulative, gossip mongers, they are slanderers, they are rageful, antagonistic, godless. St. Paul says that bad company corrupts good morals. Much as you're telling yourself, I'm going to set boundaries, certain things will rub off you. And that's why it is not good to keep yourself in company of people who have got evil ways. And many times you pick on these ways as a survival tactic. Become the atmosphere of to feel like you people are one. Yet in essence, there's no oneness with a narcissist. They are selfish beings. A study was done by Harvard, and they learned that your success in life is determined up to 90% by the people you hang out with. You hang out with great people, expect greatness in life. The psalmist said, blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the wicked, nor stands in the way of sinners, but delights in the Lord. If you're in the company of a narcissist, expect to have an unsuccessful life. Given that these people are evil, these people are godless, these people are chameleons, they are energy vampires. They don't wish the best for you. They will pretend, and in ways like say future faking. These are people who can assure you of how they are going to start a business for you, maybe take you back to school. They are going to help you with medical expenses and all that. They can assure you of what is to come, and you really buy into this, because the energy they bring that forth with, it appears so authentic. But guess what? They are literally dangling the carrot at that point. Each time you wait, what is it? During that time, they are spending like their lives are ending tomorrow. And you're wondering, if there's no money, how is it that he's getting all this money, or she's getting all this money to throw about? She has promised me this, but she's not fulfilling it. They give you just enough rope to hang yourself. Other than that future faking, you'll find they will gaslight you, they will lie, they are pathological liars, they will love bomb you, they will devalue you, smear campaign, among others. I'm going to run through some of the narcissistic fleas you may acquire. One of them will be argumentativeness. Because of the constant argument you're having with the narcissist, you start picking on that trait with even among other people. And by the way, these arguments tend to be even circular, just like with the narcissist. Maybe someone has forgotten an item on a spot that it shouldn't be, and you are requested to help and take that item away. You can say it wasn't who put it there, and someone is like, I know, I was just requesting because you're close to the spot, and you're like, no, I'm not going to do it. Do you think I'm a maid? Do you think I'm this? Before you know it, you are arguing, and everyone is like, it was a humble request. You could have just declined, and someone else could have taken charge. Lying will come up most especially because you're trying to cover up their dirty tracks. They can commit themselves to, say, helping someone. They will pledge a particular amount. Guess what? Lo and behold, the person disappears. He can even deny he pledged it, but everyone had. So for you to avoid all that, you go and give and say, oh, I'm sorry, he gave me this here, he said he had forgotten. You know, you start covering up their tracks, and in so doing, you get into the habit of lying, just like that. The third is playing victim. I'll piggyback this off the first one of argumentativeness. During, say, after everyone has turned and is like, you could have just declined, that was it. Then you start crying, everyone is against me. People even didn't understand what I was trying to say. These people they were trying to make me a slave. They're trying to make me a maid. And it's like, you're blowing it out of proportion. The fourth one, lack of empathy towards the narcissist or people with similar traits. Over time, you become cold towards these people. Actually, resentment first creeps in. Before you know it, you lack empathy. They have gotten a sprain. You're not going to bother. You'll actually walk past them, pick up yourself and move, because you have lived under the terror and horror of this person here, that you don't care about them anymore. You may find yourself also engaging in gossiping, because these people are gossip mongers. They're the ones who seem to know everything about everyone, yet they know nothing. You mention so and so, they have 2 cents about the person. You mention another person, they know what befell them in the bedroom. You mention another person, they know what befell their ancestors. I mean, each and everything this person seems to know about them. What is it? You also find yourself taking information, gathering from one place, taking it to another. Even if true or false, you don't care. You don't even bother to verify. You're just taking it around. Before you know it, you're done causing commotion in people's relationships and families. Gaslighting. You start also gaslighting people the way that you've been gaslit in the house. You promise someone something. When that time comes, you tell them you didn't promise them. And the person is like, but I'm certain you said. And you're like, no, I didn't say it. I didn't say it. And you boldly are looking them in the face. And someone is like, I think it was who imagined it. But how did I imagine it? You leave someone confused. Silent treatment. Silent treatment will also come in. When people are not doing things your way, you want to punish them. You may develop a short temper. You just fly off the hand. You want to control the atmosphere. You want to control each and everything and everyone around you, just like they are doing. You also become prideful. You're contemptuous towards a group of people. Maybe they are not of high class as you feel you are. So you cannot sit at this particular table with them. You prefer sitting at a table of the cream in society. You may also start nitpicking. They have swept the entire compound, and they happen to have left maybe a few leaves in a particular spot. You will talk about it like they have left a heap of leaves all over the compound. You may get into substance abuse as a coping mechanism to the abuse you're experiencing, because narcissists tend to have that tendency of substance abuse. However, even if they don't have it, the fact that the abuse is so intense that it leads you into trying to seek solace in other ways that are detrimental to your health. Then there's another one, cheating. Cheating occurs greatly among people who are in narcissistic relationships or manipulationships, because one, you'll find that the narcissist uses sex as a tool or a weapon. They may withhold it for a period of time that you cannot stand without it, so you end up stepping out, and then they get to know it and blow how you're then cheating on them, they are doing everything and you're not being grateful. Then sometimes, the last but not the least, these people can purposely push you into it. They bring a third party into the relationship so that you people may have this threesome, and in so doing, you pick on these fleas of theirs. You start maybe also enjoying the swingers club, things of that nature. Just remember, a man of violence will always teach you his way. The longer you stay among these people, the more you're prone to pick on their habits. It gets to a point whereby when you get out of this relationship, people can wonder, who is the narcissist? The way you're behaving, people start questioning whether it was the other person who was the narcissist or you. There's actually hope for the person who is in this situation, because narcissistic fleas are learned behavior. You can unlearn them. 1, always set a firm boundary if you're in such a situation. Determine, I'm not going to cross this line, regardless of the outcome. 2, learn to process your anger. What has caused it? Why am I feeling this way? How can I overcome it? Go through those steps there. 3, recognize what is happening to you. There's something I'm doing which is not me. 4, seek therapy. You become aware of the magnitude of abuse because there's a fog lifting. When you are out of these abusive situations, always seek therapy. 6, renew your mind with the word of God. You have had a lot. You have been demeaned. You've been devalued. You have been called names. You have been humiliated. All this has gone on. Go back to him and find out who you are. Start calling yourself as God calls you. You are beautiful. You are wise. You are smart. You're more than a conqueror. You are anointed. You are holy. You are beloved. You are compassionate. You are merciful. You are kind. Call yourself as God calls you. Learn to validate yourself and be your greatest cheerleader in life. I read this from somewhere. Self-reflection leads to self-awareness, which guarantees self-responsibility, and it will create change. Narcissists cannot self-reflect. They have no internal mechanism to do that. These are perfect beings. They know it all. They don't need to apologize. They are entitled to whatever. You can self-reflect. That's what makes you different from the narcissist. So see to it that you fumigate them to avoid inflicting pain on your loved ones. So look carefully how you walk, not as the unwise, but the wise. Thank you for watching. Blessings.